I'm cooking, and this is Mama. Actually, I'm Soup for Eloise. Today, I'm going to be seeing just how well Mama can teach me to cook by following her instructions to the T. The plan? To craft a beautifully cooked starter, main, and dessert. But have Mama yelling, even better than Mama. As a child, I loved cooking Mama. And as an adult, I love cooking Mama. It was a game that I spent hours playing, getting giddy when I unlocked new recipes, furiously tapping on my DS to chop onions, and trying not to bite the pen when I couldn't crack the egg for the 50th time in a row. Now, I want to give a quick shout out to the Burback channel, as when I was drumming up ideas for this video and working out how exactly I'd frame it, I came across their video and it's super, super fun. I'm going to link it down in the description, you should watch that. But I've tried to make sure that mine is different enough, and I think I've got quite a different approach to what they were going for. But you should watch the video, it's really fun, and if you like cooking Mama, well then this is just twice as nice. Anyway, I needed to decide how I was going to choose my recipes. I needed to choose recipes that, if slightly undercooked, weren't going to give me food poisoning. Basically, anything with chicken or seafood was off the table. And finally, I also decided we would be taking recipes from Cooking Mama 2, which we have here. Because not only was it my personal favorite as a child, but it is also the highest rated Mama game. And with those issues out of the way, I decided that at last we would choose our recipes from those that I got a score of 100 and a gold medal on. Anyway, after many blissful hours of play, I found my 3 recipes. And that is, for the starter, we will be having a corn soup. For the main, meatloaf. And for the dessert, well, what better than to make Mama herself in cookie form. Once cooked, I'll be rating each of these recipes on taste, likeness to the game, and ease to make. So let's get cooking. We're gonna begin with the corn soup. For step 1, Mama tells us to dice it fine. So she cuts the top off the onion. I did sharpen my knives, but honestly, I just think they're not very good knives. And then fish. I just feel like this feels a very inefficient way, but I'm gonna do it how Mama tells me to. And before anybody comes at me for my knife skills, the only person who's ever taught me to cook, you know, is Mama. So blame Mama. This does not seem like enough onion. Okay, that is step 1 done. We gotta do our step 2, which is cut corn from cob. Use the stylus to cut the corn from the cob. I'm trying to cob my corn super fast right now. I have a feeling I'm just gonna have to use a knife and do this, but she's got 2 full cobs. I have these 2 lovely corn on the cobs. This is easy. Oh guys, you never told me this was easy. Okay, this feels like a lot of corn. Oh, look at that. That is lovely. Do you guys like my nails, by the way? We got a gold star, terrific, even better than Mama, thanks Mama. Step 3, I think we gotta move our butter around. I always loved this move as a kid. It's just so satisfying. So I'm just gonna put it on a medium heat until the butter melts and then just sort of see how we go. It's quite a big pan. This is fun both in-game and real life. Look at that, I got a bonus. I got a bonus. Did you get a bonus? I got a bonus. Touch the icons to add the ingredients and keep moving them so they don't get burned. So what am I putting in here? So first of all, I do my onions. Throw the onions in, get them to a nice golden brown. Definitely use way too much butter, so much butter. That's swimming, that's gonna be swimming in butter. Okay, it just seems to be that we get the onions to a nice golden brown. Yeah, it just said to keep moving so that it does not burn. Finished. I got a bonus, oh my gosh. Next step, boil the ingredients by following the instructions that scroll across the top screen. I need to stir it, and then I'm adding my onions. No, I'm adding my consomme, okay. This is chicken consomme soup. I don't know if this is the right thing. Okay. Oh, that looks minging. You add in this. There's no amount. It's like, it looked like a small cup's worth. High heat. Then I'm adding my corn. The time between each bit is like 30 seconds. Now, obviously it's a game, but like I'm following her instructions. So I'm gonna go and add the corn in, which I'm sure won't go wrong. So corn is in, then I'm stirring. Yum! Oh, yum! Then I'm putting my salt in. Again, doesn't tell me how much I need, so I'm just gonna give it a good lashing. It's got a lot of butter in already though, so. We stir once more, then I'm putting my pepper in, and then I'm putting it on low. It started on high. Okay, we get our pepper. I'm very generous when it comes to putting pepper in. I like pepper. I think I let that sit on low for a little bit, and then I have to blend it. So I need to go get my blender set up and washed anyway, so I'm just gonna leave it on low while I do that. Okay, so we'll be back just like that. It's gonna be really cool when I click again. It'd be really mean if my editor just didn't do that, didn't do the transition. Okay, so I've had that on low for a little while now, so I'm gonna go and blend it. I don't really know when it needed to go in. The corn doesn't seem fully cooked, but I'm kind of thinking maybe it gets another cooking process when we add the cream in and stuff, so we'll see. It does look as gross in the game, so this is good news. This is great news, personally. Oh, that looks minging. Oh my God. This does not look good. Oh. I technically need to officially see what the next step is. It's just blending. It just sort of says until it's a smooth consistency, so however long that takes in the blender. Voila, okay. It looks nice now. I think the next step is we strain this into the pot without spilling any. Okay, well, that should be fine. I'm actually really bad at this in the game. Yeah, I've spilt it. Also, this kind of implies that there's still chunks of sweet corn, but it tells you to blend it until it's not chunky anymore. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, that's just minging. That is so gross to me. Oh. Oh. All right, we have our yummy gloop. It is looking a lot smoother. I actually feel like this isn't going terribly. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty good. Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy. Right, let's go see what the next step is. Boil the ingredients by following the instructions that scroll across the top of the screen. She says, you're almost finished. I'm adding milk. Fresh cream. Okay, not milk. I'm just gonna add all of it. I don't know how much it needs, but it's a soup, so it needs a lot of liquid. Stir. This was maybe too much cream, I am realizing. Just needs a good stir until it's like fully mixed in. That's what I'm copiuming right now. Okay, that seems well mixed. I bring it down to medium heat and then adding milk. Okay, next step's milk. I mean, Mama added it within like 30 seconds. Maybe I won't put this whole thing in because the cream is actually quite a lot. Okay, well that was pretty much all of it. And then we stir again. Oh yeah, that is wet. Now I'm adding salt again. Okay, yay. And then I'm adding pepper. Okay, yay. And then we're bringing it to low heat. Okay, and I'm guessing it then simmers on low heat for a while. That is looking like the right consistency. I'm actually really happy with this right now. We have our corn soup. I'm gonna go put our little cream in the middle and use a spoon to try and get the little like circle. Okay, and then there's like a little dollop there as well. Okay, and throw our chives in the middle. Doesn't have too many. All right, so what do we think? But looks-wise, I think we've smashed that. I think that looks really, really, really good in comparison to the game. I think it looks basically identical. So I'm giving that, honestly, I'm giving it a 10. I think it looks so close to the game. We will go and try it. Ooh. Okay. Really nice. That is really nice. It's just like a sweet, very creamy, that'll be all the cream, very creamy soup. Yeah, and the chives are really, really nice. I would honestly even put more pepper in this. That is banging. That's really good. I don't get that sort of like overly sweetness from the sweet corn. I think it's been balanced out. It's really good. Taste-wise, I'm giving this, honestly, it's getting a 9. Okay, it's getting a 9. Easy to make? That was pretty easy. Really, it was just cutting up onions and corn. I recommend you do it. To me, that's a 10. Okay, we are onto our meatloaf. We are ready to begin. Meatloaf. Me when she loafing. Meatloaf. So the first step. So we need to go and put an egg in a bowl. I'm gonna go get a glass bowl out and it just seems to say 1 egg. Oh no, 3 eggs. It was 3 eggs I had to crack. Mama wants me to do it like this. Basically. But you know what? I've kind of just done it, and somehow that actually didn't get shell everywhere. Wait, hang on. Guys, did you see that? I'm not. Maybe I'll hold it. Oh, this one's gone wrong, guys. This is. The next step is to grind the meat. Now, I do not have a meat grinder, and that felt kind of unnecessary, seeing as I can buy pre-ground meat. So I'll do the step, but we're not doing that in real life. But it does have pork and beef, so we will be using pork and beef in our recipe. But I'm just not pre-grinding it myself. I've just bought it. Very well done. Even better than Mama. Terrific. Dice the garlic. Touch the knife to crush the garlic and then dice it nice and fine. I love when she says that. I hate doing this. I always feel like I'm gonna squish my hand. And I'm dicing it nice and fine. We've done our garlic. Now, on to the next bit. Slide the stylus along the line to slice the food and touch the knife to dice it up nice and fine. Oh, we're doing onions again. Here's one that I made earlier. Nicely diced. Okay. Add the ingredients. Choose the ingredients shown on the top screen and add it to the bowl. So this will be adding it to all of that. Now, technically, we've already got the eggs in there, so we're just going to ignore that. Oh, we've got the meat in a bowl. Just going to decant our meat. Yum. Oh, it just doesn't look appetizing to me. Then we're adding vegetables. So that is our onion and our garlic. Breadcrumbs. We then add the breadcrumbs. It didn't really say how many breadcrumbs, but it looked like a small bowl. So I think I'm gonna put about half of this in, or maybe a little bit more. Then we want to add ketchup. I don't like ketchup. That's probably enough. Fresh cream. Oh, that's what we needed the cream for. So I'm gonna do that much. Salt. Pepper. And we want to add egg. I didn't separate the eggs, so you're getting the whole egg. That looks really gross, guys. That looks really gross. Double any dots you see to massage the seasonings into the food. If you look at this, she just kind of squidges it. This is what Mama wants me to do. Oh, I can't. She kind of just goes, 2, 3. She squidges it, so I'm squidging it. 4. That's that done. I'm gonna go see what I have to do next now. Okay, Mama, wrap it in foil. Touch the ingredients and follow the arrows to wrap in foil. She wants me to make 5 portions. Are you ready to wrap in foil? I'm not Mama's little soldier. I'm not. And that feels like the right amount as well, because then I can portion it well. Do that, and then do that. All right, okay, yeah. We're gonna go and pop these in the oven. The temperature in the game is 180 for 50 minutes, which means in that time we can clean up again a bit and get started on our dessert. Okay, so my little Mamma Mias, we are onto our dessert. While the meatloaf is cooking, I thought we could make the dough for our dessert, which is the Mama cookie, which I'm really excited for. Sprinkle the powder. Keep tapping the sieve with the stylus until the gauge at the top is full. Wait, is this flour or is this sugar? But she looked like she had quite a lot of sugar in there. I'm very annoyed that I don't have a sieve. That is very annoying. I'm sure once the other ingredients are in, it will be fine. Okay, so we've done sprinkle the powder. Let's get to the next stage. Now we need to separate our egg yolk. But how many eggs was that? That was just 1 egg. Okay, just 1 egg. You basically let as much run down the side as you can. Okay, so let's see what order she wanted. Butter first. I've kept my butter in the cupboard so it's not super soft, but it's also not super hard. 125 grams. Yeah, then mix. She's using a whisk, but I know that we probably need to cream this butter and this sugar together. Then egg. Okay. Adding our yolk in. mixing. We're just gonna put our flour in, I guess. I'm gonna put about half of it in. She says to mix as you go, so I'm taking this as allowed. Obviously there's flour currently everywhere. So I managed to get this to a point I'm happy with. Definitely needed more flour. Glad that was the last ingredient to add. I'm gonna go let this sit in the fridge for a little bit while we get the meatloaf finished and ready. Nice stuff. Our meatloaf should be about done. I've also prepared some cauliflower and broccoli because that's one of the things that it gives you at the end to arrange on your plate. So we're gonna go and do our final section, which is chop up the ingredients. Move the knife up and down to chop the ingredients. Okay, yay. So really all that means is you need to go take them out of the oven, take one of them out and cut it up and see how it's looking. It's very hot, so I'm very cautious of how I open this. Oh no. Oh no. This has not gone well. Mama, come on. Yeah, I was really hoping I was gonna smash all of, oh, that's grim. That is grim. That is grim. There's no, I was gonna say make the best of a bad situation here, but I think what we've got is just a bad situation. It's cooked at least. You know, Mama's not giving me food poisoning. Okay, so for context, this is, this is what it looks like in the game. This is what it looks like on my plate. Oh yeah, oh actually the greens are back here, aren't they? Yeah, so let's do that. I don't want to eat this. I'll just have a bit of cauliflower first. Everyone loves playing cauliflower. It looks like a poo. Also, I put curly parsley here because that's what it says on the wiki is on the plate. I haven't just decided I love parsley. It tastes about as good as it looks. Yeah, it just doesn't taste, there's just nothing. Because there's no real flavorings in it. It's just salt and pepper. For anybody worried about food waste, by the way, I probably will actually try and do something with this. Like, I'll just throw it in a bolognese sauce or something. I don't want it to go to waste. But I will not be eating it like that. This feels like something that was that people came up with during the Great Depression. Lightness of the game, we'll go for a 7. It just didn't slice well. Taste, I'm basing it off of all the food we've had so far, which has been the corn soup, which was amazing. So this is a 2 in comparison, I'm very disappointed. And then finally, easy to make. I would argue, technically you could say meatloaf is easy to make because you just bung everything in a bowl, mix it and cook for a long time. The process of making it was so deeply unpleasant that I'm giving it a 5. I hated that. So not doing too well. I'm really hoping the dessert pulls through. I guess we're gonna do our dough and I'm just gonna think about it for a while. Our dough has had a little bit of time to chill in the fridge, not too much time. It's just so that that butter has a moment to kind of get cold again. But we need to knead the dough now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, to be fair, I think I kind of already did this. Wow. Wow. What we need to do now is roll the cookie dough out. A little bit of icing sugar just to help prevent a bit of stickage. So it's kind of needs to be in a rectangular shape. Again, I don't really think this is actually gonna matter. I think it just, as long as it's in a good enough spot that we can get, I think she gets 10 out of it. Mama just wants you to cut out the mama shapes, but I don't have a mama cookie cutter. So I'm going to have to improvise. I'm going to trace Mama's head and then I'm going to overlay that and cut it. Okay, is this going to work? I don't know. It doesn't end here. I bought some tools to try and help me mold Mama's face. I think that looks like Mama. Okay, I'm gonna try. Please. No, Mama. She looks kind of cute, guys. She's looking kind of cutesy. I don't know, she's looking kind of cutesy. Okay, all I'm gonna say is that an egg disaster has occurred and I can no longer yolk them. So it says to make the setting. I'm gonna do medium. Oh my God, I didn't realize that takes up the whole time. Okay, well, I'm gonna do medium heat. I've looked in the oven. Mama's not made it. This one here was Mama. You can kind of see her hair. I'm actually kind of good at baking. You can watch the Stardew video if you want to see, or watch a bunch of my streams where I've done some baking stuff. These have not turned out well. I don't know how to make sugar cookies. I think maybe I needed to do an actual recipe first so I knew what everything should look like. Because the dough seemed fine. It's not fine, but I think it's safe to say they don't look like that. Tastes really good though, to be fair. Probably does need a little bit longer. I only put them in for 10 minutes. I didn't want them to burn. Lightness to the game. This is a 0. Well, they still look like cookies. Maybe this is a 1. A 1. I'm giving 1 point for the fact that like it's still discernible what item this is. Is to make. If I'd known the ingredients, like I said, baking is a science. If I'd known the ratios, etc., this would have been very easy. So honestly, it would have been like an 8. It's not hard to make. It was only hard because I just didn't know the ingredients. The mixing, all of the steps to this were all very easy. I'd even argue that like carving the face isn't hard, and normally you would just have a cookie cutter. Like in the game, she has a cookie cutter. I just couldn't find one that was a close enough resemblance. Easy to make is an 8. Taste, they taste great. Too much butter. Hey ho, now we know. Honestly, if you threw some chocolate chips in those, they would be banging. I could definitely imagine, I don't like white chocolate, but some white chocolate, maybe some macadamia nuts, the crowd goes wild. But that's it. So, that's us. We have cooked exactly how Mama cooks. Has it taught me how to cook? Not really. I feel like I've been relying a lot more on my own knowledge throughout this, and obviously we've had some mishaps. But at the same time, the corn soup did go really well, and it made me try recipes that I haven't really tried before, and it's made me apply my knowledge, which I think is always part of the learning experience. Am I gonna stick to my normal recipe books and just playing Cooking Mama for fun? Yes, I am. I will not be following her word anymore. I think you guys have been even better than Mama. Okay, get out of my kitchen now. We're done. We're done. We're done. Get out, please. Please? Hello? It's the end of the video. You gotta leave.